Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Angoville. Once again, our heroes today are going to be Mr. BartonPL, playing as the austere faction in the red, and his opponent in the blue is going to be Mr. Sip Van, playing as the Soviets. And right off the bat, we see that Mr. Van has selected his doctrine, and that is the Lease tactics. So that means that we're going to be seeing some Shermans coming in for the Soviets. Barton, however, for his part, has started off with a very awesome starting build. Tier 1, straight into Sniper. So the Sniper hitting the field right now. Let's go ahead and put a hotkey on that bad boy. No, the game doesn't let us. Let's go ahead and switch. And there we go. Now it lets us put a hotkey. And then following it up with an MG. Pios are out on the field. They're going all the way forward. Not even connecting anything. Just, I suppose, getting some vision, I guess. Conscripts are on the field for Mr. Vaughn. He did get himself a second combat engineer squad, which is, a little bit, I guess, less common, but not at all, really. I'm assuming, though, what he's going to do is he's going to build some type of tech. He is moving. Yeah, there he goes. So, Tier 1 going down for Mr. Vaughn. And, yeah, we're going to see some cool things. And cool beans, too. So Sniper on the field being utilized to cap so far because, well, can't really go all balls deep with the Snipers just yet. Tier 1 almost done. We do have two conscripts on the field. One of them holed up in this big house. Not big ass like the other one we saw, but this is big. And we see some wire getting laid down in random places around the field. I mean, it's weird, I gotta say. I mean, it's not that it's bad or anything at all. Oh, nice little setup here for Barton. MG42 catching the conscripts as they're trying to go for the victory point, and the Sniper right next to it, getting some free shots there on the conscripts. Conscripts down to 5 man. They are retreating, so the Sniper will have a difficult time hitting. I'm not exactly sure if it's the same as inside houses, if it's 50-50 or if it's a different percentage. If you know, let me know. I mean, I don't actually remember exactly. But there you go. Sniper picks up another kill, and the conscripts are gonna make it out of there with 4 men remaining. Nothing really too big or major happening, but, it's a little bit. But yeah, what I was saying is that it's just a little bit weird. We've been seeing players just laying down wire all over the place in random locations. I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with doing that, because obviously you're not doing it while you're fighting, you're doing it while you're capping. And I guess it's weird for me because I guess I'm a little bit more used to, well, not used to, but my mentality, I suppose, is a little bit more fixed in the way of the original Company Heroes, because you couldn't do stuff while you were capping. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird, because, I mean, Scout car on the field, catching that Sniper a little bit out of position, but the Sniper manages to react quickly, retreat, and doesn't even take any shots. And the Scout car is moving along in the way. Nice little camo there that it has. And the MG42 setting up inside the barn. Well, that's not a barn. That's actually, again, another big-ass house. Big stone house. Catching the conscripts out in the open. Grenadier squad moving forward. Combat engineers inside the scout car. Now getting a flamethrower upgrade. A nice Faust going off on the scout car. Scout car down to about half health. But it doesn't look like there's much of a follow-up that Barton can pull off here. His Pios will quickly die to the flamethrower, so he needs to be rather careful. It looks like in this situation, the scout car will make it out of there alive. Combat engineers do pop out of the cart. Not cart, but car. Scout car. And they are getting some damage in there on those Pios, but they're getting flanked by the Grenadier squad. However, the Scout car is still operational and able to shoot back. So, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a cat and mouse game there where they're not able to do too much. Pios taking a bit of a slaughter there as they get deposed from the house by the combat engineers. Grand Squad, however, does get the cooldown on its Faust, pops into the house, pops out the other way, gets a nice Faust off, and a nice pickup there for Barton as his Sniper now comes into play to try and force away the combat engineers. Combat engineers long gone, and we now have a Soviet Sniper squad on the field for Mr. Vaughn. Oh, this is gonna be great. 5 kills versus 1 so far. Ooh. Hopefully I can catch the moment of counter sniping that I'm assuming is going to happen sooner rather than later.
How can we help?
So while the downtime is going, we see Vaughn capturing the left-hand side handily. Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, like this thing there, like, I understand laying down wire on the other side of cover, you know, to deny to your opponent, but just laying down cover out in the open for no reason apparent? Like, he's not cutting off this approach and making them go a little bit further around. He's just laying down wire in random locations, which is weird, but I've been seeing it a lot, so I just don't get it. I don't understand why, but I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with it because you're not in combat and your guys are still capping the points, so I guess may as well lay down wire, but I don't know. It's just beyond me, right? But obviously that's why I'm not that good. They know something that I don't. Second MG42 on the field for Barton, setting up to cover the gap in the hedge. We see Mr. Vaughn laying down some mines. This mine almost not finished, but they decide, oh wait, we're supposed to put explosives inside the mines and then bury them. And there we go. Bren up in the north. Penal Battalion now on the field for Mr. Vaughn. It does not have a flamethrower, so it's not going to be able to fight too aggressively against... Oh, well, never mind. It has a satchel charge. That's actually pretty aggressive. Down goes the house, but the Grens managed to get out of there just in time. And the Penal Battalion is now in hot pursuit. Sorry. Penal Battalion popping into the big house. They're going to have a very, very strong position there. We have Combat Engineers coming up for a bit of a flank. Going to try and get damage in on the house. They're throwing a flamethrower into the ground, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure if that's actually going to have an effect. It didn't really look like it did too much damage, if any, to the MG. But they were surrounded by Grens, so they were forced away regardless. Soviet sniper on the field taking 4 kills by itself. Down to 1 man. Is the sniper going to go for the counter? Oh, no. Manages to get out of there on the retreat. And the German sniper, 7 kills to its name, trying to get some kills inside the Penal Battalion. And that house Penal Battalion down to 1 man. Not getting out of there. Cutting it very, very close. Combat Engineers out, pops out of the rear, and gets out of there. Oof. Sip Vaughn likes to play with fire. Dishka, heavy machine gun on the field for Mr. Vaughn because of his Lend-Lease tactics. Should help out quite a bit. Conscripts retreating from very far into enemy territory. Not sure exactly what they were doing. Gonna have to run the gauntlet through an MG, Grens, and probably even a sniper. Now the sniper is moving over to the right-hand side. But they're 5 men strong. They'll be fine. And a Dishka, the heavy machine gun, is now on the field. Set up inside that big house. The sniper will have a lot of work to do if it wants to dislodge it by itself, considering that, of course, Soviet, you know, they have 6 men inside, so they're, yeah, it takes a while. Combat Engineers with flamethrowers pushing forward, trying to catch that MG42. The MG42 not really paying much attention to the Combat Engineers. Now it really just pops out of the house and is going to concede the territory. Heavy machine gun will win the engagement against it, I suppose, at long range, so apparently my brain got bored. but yeah, so the Combat Engineers pop into the house that got newly vacated, but the MG42 is set up a little bit further back in the victory point. The heavy machine gun is pushing forward, going to be able to get some shots on the MG42. Who will win? Well, the Dishka, because the MG42 is not currently firing at it, so the MG42 is forced away quickly as it loses one of its men. Back at base, we do see a Munker. Yeah, a Munker going to be going down for Barton. Obviously, that's a med bunker. And we also have Tier 2 gone down for Barton as he goes for the 221 scout car. Mortar also on the field for Barton. Very wise decision. Obviously, that heavy machine gun is a threat, and he needs to dislodge it AFAP. And, yeah. Conscripts on the right-hand side. They are going to encounter some randomly laid wire all over the place. Mortar taking some shots into the house. Boom, hitting right outside, not actually nailing the roof. And the heavy machine gun will be forced to evacuate sooner rather than later. But there goes a nice hit. Kill inside. 2-2-1 on the field, getting some shots there on the heavy machine gun. We see a Penal Battalion coming up for a flank on the mortar. Mortar forced away. The 2-2-1 is still shooting at the Penal Battalion. Obviously, its MG on top is pretty good against infantry. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like a Black Panther or anything like that, but it's still rather good. So, you know, conscripts do pose a threat because of their anti-tank grenades, but Penal Battalions, not really. I mean, their small arms fired will do damage, of course. You know, it's rifles, it's just an armored car. But the conscripts are the real threat because of their anti-tank grenade capabilities. But so far, we see that Mr. Van has not acquired anti-tank grenades. Barely researching them right now. It'll take him a little bit to get them, and the conscripts are nearby and readily available to do so. Sniper on the field for Mr. Van has gotten 5 kills only. 12 kills for the German sniper. I suppose, you know, that German engineering pays off when it comes to snipers. Grands and MGs pushing forward. We do have 2 heavy machine guns on the field for Mr. Van. Where's the second one? One right there, and the other one is all the way back in the rear. Pios with sweepers, gonna get engaged by that heavy machine gun. They're gonna have to run the gauntlet through a sniper. Sniper taking some shots on the retreating guys. Misses completely, close range. And we see the 221 getting anti-tank grenaded. Losing its engine, or well, getting its engine damaged, but still alive and moving back, so I'm sure it'll make another appearance during the game. Sniper taking a beating there to the Grens, down to 1 man, takes aim. We do have the German sniper moving up to be able to take some shots at the Soviet sniper. The Grens pushing forward, the sniper is going to be forced to retreat. I mean, obviously could pick up the kill here, so there's no reason not to do it. The sniper cloaks and moves out of the way, takes aim at the Grens as they are pushing forward. And the Grens are now suppressed by the heavy machine gun. The sniper moves back, and the German sniper is not engaging. Grens forced away as the sniper pushes forward. The 2-man Gren squad pushing up. The sniper again taking aim. Takes a shot down to 1 man on that Gren squad. Gren squad going to be forced to retreat or die. And looks like it's going to be die. Pinned, and down it goes. Barton sacrificing a squad there a little bit needlessly, but, well, can't be everywhere at once, right? 15 kills, 10 kills. The gap is not as apparent anymore. Sniper still on the field. The other sniper is currently... It died! Oh no, I missed it. There's the guy dead. I think it was the mortar. Well, let me make a quick note here and catch it. I don't think it was a counter snipe, but maybe I'm wrong. No, wait, it's not dead. There it is. Aha. Never mind. So no sniper. I guess it was just retreating, so it looks like you can't follow the unit with the hotkey if it's retreating. You can still like click on retreating units like this, but if you have them hotkeyed, it doesn't look like it follows them. So okay, sorry about that, but now we know. Sniper being chased down here by penals. The scout car getting repaired, now back to full strength. And the penal battalion going to be throwing a satchel. No, it's going to be canceling the satchel and forced to retreat. The sniper is sitting back there, not going to be taking too much of a risk. And the mortar landing near the stone troops. Conscripts and Grens engaging. MG42 not turned in the right direction, although I guess it's still covering the flank just in case. Conscripts behind it are getting some free hits there. Conscripts on the left forced to retreat, and Combat Engineer Squad with flamethrowers as well forced to retreat as the 221 is still on the field. Now, we see that Mr. Van has called in an M5 half-track assault group, which is this little thing right here. It comes equipped with a guard squad, but these guards do not have PTRS rifles. They have PPSH submachine guns and SVT rifles. So they are more designed and inclined to be anti-infantry, you know, so that's a thing. Grand Squad getting chased down there by those same guards that we were talking about. Getting out of there because, well, they have PPSHs and such, and they're good, but they're not, you know, Terminator squad good. Pack gun on the field for Mr. Barton, making sure that no vehicles harass him. We do see Panzer Grenadier squad getting built for Barton. Not a bad choice. I do like me some Panzer Grenadiers. And Barton still has not selected a Doctrine, which is interesting, but yeah. Anyways, I was saying, I mean, you may wonder why he hasn't upgraded to the 222, and, well, I guess the reason is just because he doesn't need to. No Soviet scout cars or anything came out soon. I mean, he could do it right now to be able to combat the M5, and that wouldn't really be that bad of an idea. But it doesn't look like he's too preoccupied with that so far. I'm assuming it would be good, but... Conscript squad popping into the house. The MG42 going to be taking some shots very close range. The conscripts forced to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers pushing up, not really doing too much. And on the left-hand side, we have a big troop of flamers. They like to frequent forums and things like that. And they're going to come up for a nice little flank here. A wire in this position would be good, because that actually makes them get into range of the MG, although you'd have the wire a little bit further down. That was one of the things that a lot of players, well, not a lot, but you know, some players would do in Company Heroes 1. This map, you would wire this and wire this like down a little bit, so that if anybody wanted to come up for a flank like this, you would be able to stop them. Combat Engineer squad down to one man, barely makes it out of there. The Panzer Grenadiers having a bit of a turkey shoot there and managing to do much. Oh, that was cutting it, or not cutting it, but you know, kind of close. Bit of a close shave there by that satchel charge as the Penal and the Combat Engineers pop forward. Not Storm Pioneers, Panzer Grenadiers with their SG rifles getting a lot of damage in there. The sniper 18 kills to its name now, pushing forward. The Soviet sniper now has died. So let's catch where that was. It was before the $16 mark. So yeah, now I actually missed it. Dang. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna show up there. 50 cal. Well, that's actually not a 50 cal. What caliber is it? I think it's said in the description, but it doesn't show descriptions of the thing. I mean, it says 38, but I doubt it's 30. Not a thing. Anyways, the Dishka up top getting pinned down by the MG42, so it doesn't really have any effect. We see the half-track pushing forward and getting itself right in the center of everything. The Puma, I'll see if I can catch that assault a little bit better, because I was looking somewhere else. Yeah, that was it, the 16-minute mark again. Yeah, the half-track pushes forward. We see a Puma getting called in for Barton as he calls in the mobile defense doctrine and quickly takes out the half-track. And I guess with the Puma out, the 222 doesn't ever need to do the autocannon. The Puma can just take care of that. It also had the pack gun, but the pack gun wasn't even turned in that direction right now, so that happened. Sherman on the field now for Mr. Von as he calls in those Lease tanks. Puma and Scout Car pushing away the infantry, conscripts and combat engineers forced to retreat. Victory points 239 left for Barton, 476 for Sid Vaughn. So Vaughn has done a great job at bleeding those tickets. I mean, he has them down to less than half, so that's good, but needs to be losing the point. Is this the same Sherman? I guess you guys know more, obviously, but is this the same Sherman than the Easy 8? It looks kind of similar, but not exactly. Like the gun looks different. I know it says M4C, right? But yeah, I mean, is it the same, like value-wise, or is it a different tank altogether? Like nobody gets this tank, but the land-based tactics. Mortar getting harassed here by the Sherman. Oh, taking massive damage there. Oh, getting taken out completely. We see the Penal Battalion and Combat Engineers pushing forward. Conscript Squad is forced away. We see a Shrek going off. Well, not Shrek, but a Faust going off on the Sherman. Sherman is at full strength, so the Shrek does not... The Faust. Damn it. What's wrong with me? Does not get a crit on the engine, but the second Faust does go off, getting the crit on the engine, and the Puma is now going to get some nice shots there on the Sherman. Sherman going to be returning fire. Puma may be going down. Main gun destroyed. Going to move out of the way, but I think the Sherman will take it out. There it goes. But we do have a pack gun behind it. Not able to get any shots on it since it can't see it, it looks like. But the Sherman is there behind enemy lines. Whoa! Shot flies right in front of it. Barely missing, and that Sherman is kind of shitting itself. It's behind enemy lines, and it doesn't know where to go. It's going to go to the left-hand side and try and get the hell away as quickly as possible. Up in the north, we do have the MG and the Scout Car holding the line. The Sniper's still alive, 24 kills to its name, being quite a badass, and the Dishkas and the conscripts and everything retreating from the right-hand side. Sherman still alive, getting hunted down there by the pack gun. Takes some shots, and down it goes. As we now have yet another Puma on the field for Mr. Vaughn. Second Sherman on the field for Vaughn, so he's not going to be letting off with those, of course. I mean, he has 300 fuel almost right now, and costs less than that to get a Sherman out, so... Manpower providing, he is just going to be able to field unlimited Shermans, although the problem is he may not be able to field too many of them at a time. sniper trying to get crushed there by the Sherman, barely getting out of there. The Sherman taking some shots at the Puma, but the Puma and Pack-On combo are doing its number, and down goes the Sherman. The Puma stays alive this time around, and Sitva says, wow. He cannot believe what happened, and I guess he is not too happy with that, which of course is understandable. You don't want to lose your Shermans like that. Now without at least getting that sniper. But yeah, like look right now. Now that it stopped, I can see him. But while he was retreating, I couldn't follow him with hitting the hotkey. Which is still not an excuse for me to have lost or not seen the kill of the Soviet sniper. Combat engineers pushing forward, very low in health. Not exactly sure what they're thinking. We do have not. Well, actually, we don't have. We do have not, is what I said. Yeah, we do have not medics for Mr. Vaughn. Panzer Grenadiers, they do get the point. And I mean, Barton doing pretty well with his troops is actually currently cut off from the map. If you notice, this point is not in his control, so any resources on the right-hand side are not in his possession, and he has nothing on the left. So Vaughn, while he has lost some troops and some tanks, I mean, again, he has 350 fuel now, so all he needs is the manpower to be able to field all those Shermans that he so desires. Conscripts holding up in the house, the scout car proving to be rather useful here. Getting a lot of infantry kills, 15 kills to its name. I mean, it's 10 behind the sniper, and the sniper is specifically anti-infantry, so kind of putting the sniper a little bit to shame. Rifle grenade goes off. Hits the mine a little bit, but doesn't detonate it, and the heavy machine gun stays there. Sniper taking some shots into the house. Conscript squad down to one man. Gonna be forced to retreat. Yeah, there it goes. Will somebody pick it up? I don't think so. We do have a guard squad right in front of the infantry. Grenade goes off on the Grens. The Grens move out of the way. Get a little bit of splash damage, but they stay alive as Pios repair the scout car and keep the Germans in this battlefield. Mortar has been recovered for Barton. He lost it, but nobody took it. And hits continue to fly at the heavy machine guns. Another Sherman on the field for Mr. Vaughn. Again, manpower is really the resource that he needs right now. This fuel is not really a factor for a while. I mean, he can still field two Shermans relatively easily. So, yeah. Actually, I think he has it. Yeah, he has. He needs 270 for two. So, yeah, he exactly has right now enough for two more Shermans. But the manpower is his downfall, and it may be due to the sheer amount of infantry he has. More importantly, though, and this just goes to show the importance of medic, the problem that he has right now is that all his squads are coming out onto the field severely injured, so that is putting an unnecessary tax into his manpower. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that late in the game now that you really need that manpower, but yeah, I mean, it would probably be good for him to maybe like sit out a couple of squads for a little bit, get the medics, so that he can start getting his units back up to full strength before they hit the field, and at least try and hold off in the engagements. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Panzer 4? Not Panzer 4, that's a Sherman. What the hell am I thinking? Puma pushing up to engage the Sherman. Sherman managing to dodge some shots nicely there. The Pack-On whiffing it and hitting in front of it. And the Sherman GTFOs, as the Pack-On is now going to turn its sights on the heavy machine gun. No, it decides to back off a little bit. Could still get some shots in there if it wanted to, but it looks like it is currently prioritizing vehicles, so no shots will be flying. Behind the lines, we do have, again, the big flamer squads pushing forward. And they seem to be getting stuck by something. Well, we do have an MG-42 turning in that direction, so that's actually what's catching them. Sherman, oh, getting a nasty shot there on the mortar. The mortar actually gets destroyed and it goes down, so at least that still happens, and it's not as ridiculous as I thought. Nasty shot there by the Puma, nailing it on the rear armor, although it was really on the side, but it still counts as rear in the game. And the Sherman backs off through the road. It does have a mine there for support, but it's kind of sitting on top of it, and if it gets hit right there, the mine could detonate. Oh, well, still gets hit very nastily, but the mine does not detonate, so the Sherman stays alive. And that at least is a good thing there for Mr. Vaughn. Vaughn still not getting upgraded there with his infirmary. The sniper just picking up units left and right. 32 kills to his name, veterans he acquired, so improves the rate of fire and such. So that sniper is just having a ball. Sherman pushing forward, not getting repaired. I mean, it is up in the north, so it's not that big a deal. Trying to get a kill on that scout car. The scout car loses his machine gunner and is forced to back off, but the Sherman is unable to finish the assault. And the Sherman needs some desperate repairs. And look at that. This is what I'm talking about. That combat engineer squad is 4-man strong, and it's like 20% or 10% health in the best of cases. It desperately needs some medical attention, and he's not going to get it. Like, right now he could do so, but yeah, I mean, it's obvious that he's going to focus on those Shermans because, well, he feels that that is, you know, exactly what he needs. And it is, in a way, what he needs, but he would be in better shape if he had, you know, made room for the medics a little bit earlier in the game. Because, you know, that's manpower that you save. Like, those combat engineers, as soon as they see engagement, like, example, look at that. From 4 down to 1 and forced to retreat. And still going to get some free shots in there. So, again, those are 3 combat engineers that he has to spend manpower into again. Where, as if they had been at full strength, you know, maybe one of them would have died before they got suppressed and such. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. It helps. Doesn't seem like you want to invest in that sometimes, and you're thinking like, I don't need that, but it does actually start to add up very quickly. The double Shermans moving up to a southern flank. We see the guard squad pushing forward as the MG does get forced away. Pack gun and the Puma. Actually, it just looks like it was the pack gun. Actually, oh, there's another Puma. Well, anyways, anti-tank weaponry is getting a lot of damage there on those Shermans. Sherman 1 forced to back off. Sherman 2 pushing forward, but we do have the pack gun and the Puma there. The Puma getting a lot of damage in there on the Shermans. It is one of those ridiculous things, but I guess, I mean, it kind of makes sense. As the Sherman goes down, the Puma stands resolute, and yeah. I don't think Vaughn really has much of a chance in the game. I think it's over already. Doesn't have the ability to call in any heavier tanks, and even heavier tanks do have a lot of problems against Pumas. Which, I mean, honestly, I kind of hate the Puma. Not because it's bad, because it's too good, and that's my problem. Like, I'm fine with the weapon that it has been good. I mean, that's kind of the point in it. But it actually survives too many hits. Like, for just being an armored car versus a tank, it's able to withstand, like, toe-to-toe the damage because, like, it does a lot of damage. And I mean, I get it. I get the role of it, and you know, I'm sure it's fine. It's just, it's one of those units that that feels frustrating to go against, because it's like, come on, I have a tank and you have an armored car. You're not supposed to be killing me. Sure, if it's supporting something, it's gonna add a lot of damage in there, but you're not supposed to be able to, you know, go one-on-one with me with an armored car and pretty much kill me for a big time. But anyways, I digress. Sherman on the left-hand side, engaging against the Grens. The Sherman has been repaired. We now see a lesser amount of infantry on the field for Mr. Vaughn. So yeah, his manpower situation has been alleviated quite significantly because of his reduced amount of infantry now. And yeah, he's going to be able to field some more Shermans, and there comes another second Sherman. So that's natural for it to happen, but I still think that he needed to make a little bit of room. Scout car still on the field, having veterans 3 and 22 kills to its name, popping smoke, making sure the Sherman can't take it out. Puma down south, taking nasty damage there to the engine. We do have a second Puma somewhere around, smoke popping in front of the Sherman having to close the distance and get right on top of it. The Sherman up in the north also taking some damage to the Pumas and Faust and such, and down goes the Sherman in the north as the Puma in the south still engaging. The Sherman goes down as the Sherman puts a tank round through its face. Sherman now caught in a very bad spot. We see a pack gun and another Puma moving in its direction. Sherman taking shots at the approaching anti-tank gun, trying to kill it, but the anti-tank gun returns fire down to a sliver of health, and we see on the side a shot from a second pack gun, it looks like. Something hit it in that side, and the tank goes up in flames as Vaughn has just lost a lot. I mean, he's doing some nice, cool things there, attempting. He's gonna go for the pack gun and lose Veterancy 3 conscript squad. Not even retreating. Come on, retreat it. Get it out of there. There it goes. Sniper going to take a shot at it as it retreats. Can it pick up the kill on the retreating unit? No, it actually decides to shoot at the AT gun, which is not a bad choice considering the AT gun could potentially kill his Puma, and there it goes, clears it out, so at least it stays alive. So nice decision there by Barton, keeping his cool, I suppose. Panzer Grenadiers trying to catch that retreating conscript. Conscript, it makes it out. Heavy machine gun turning its sights on the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers going to be getting suppressed. No, yeah, yes, they do. Right at the edge. They'll be able to crawl out. They don't actually have to retreat. The heavy machine gun is unable to continue the assault. Far in the south, combat engineer squad with flamethrowers down to 3 men, very low in health, will quickly die to the grenadier squad if it doesn't retreat. Ground squad will just manhandle. Look at that, look at that. They're just dying left and right. They're going to retreat, but I don't think they're going to make it. Nope, there goes. Vaughn losing yet another squad in now. His army is down to 4 men. His conscript back at base, getting reinforced. At least he has his veterancy in those guys. Heavy machine gun still operational. Do we? I actually don't know. I'm gonna make a note. Obviously it was a while ago, but I'm gonna make a note to see where that MG died. I did it before the 31-minute mark. I'll have to hunt it down just to see how it died and if it was important, because we don't see that Barton has has stolen it or anything. So. Conscript squad getting stunned there as the sniper throws an incendiary round in their faces. Down to 2 men, does hit retreat. Takes a little bit of shots there, and the Sherman trying to hunt it down. But the sniper, I mean, he has veterancy 3. You're never going to kill it. You're never going to get it, never going to get it. Command tank getting called in for Barton. That's a pretty good choice, actually. Doesn't need to spend anything in tech, and of course, he knows it's Lease, so there's not going to be anything besides Sherman's, so yeah, this tank is okay. Has a little bit of a stubbier barrel. More effective against infantry than tanks, but it still holds its own, and of course it is a Panzer IV, so it's able to take a decent amount of shots, so it can literally tank a little bit of damage there by the Shermans. Sherman on the left-hand side trying to go for those Grens. Victory points are 183 for Barton, 351 for Vaughn, so Vaughn has some time as far as victory points are concerned, but he is not in good shape. I mean, Barton just has a lot more army than he. I mean, basically he doubles his pop cap, 84 versus 40. So I mean, that is never a good position to be in. We do see that Vaughn has mined quite a bit in the game, but I haven't seen too many mines be very effective for him. Gren's moving back out, and for example, yeah, I mean, you see, Barton did build himself a med bunker. His units come out to the field fully healed up, and they're able to withstand more damage, and it helps you a lot in the long run. So, hell, he's even not waiting for the full heal. No, yeah, he's just moving a little bit forward so that the guys, can come out quicker. Sniper and MG moving up to the northern point. Barton will be recovering that point to stop the bleed in his direction, although he's not currently bleeding, but he's going to stop the bleed a couple points here and there. Heavy machine gun moving over to the northern point. MG42 will catch it before it engages, although it did set itself up in some heavy cover, so that will give it the advantage against the MG42. MG42 getting suppressed. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward. They can get a bundle grenade. No, they cannot get a bundle grenade going. As we see that Barton has very few munitions. It's actually Vaughn that has a lot of munitions in the form of 434, and that may be part of the problem. I mean, you could use the Allied supply drop, maybe. It gives him fuel, so he doesn't need fuel. So yeah, I mean, Vaughn is not able to spend his munitions as quickly as he would want, I guess. Engagement in the north. Sorry, I was focusing elsewhere. Conscripts, getting caught there by the Panzer IV. Panzer IV, like I said, rather good against infantry. Grenadier squad holding against those Shermans. The Shermans forced to back off as the Puma is nearby, able to provide some support. Heavy machine gun still holding the point. The Grens are not going to be able to cap the point while the heavy machine gun is there. Rifle grenade does fly, nails the heavy machine gun down to 1 man. Puma pushes forward, and the Panzer IV actually ends up hitting Well, actually, I don't know what it hit. I think it did hit the heavy machine gun, and the machine gun did go down. Heavy machine gun is still there, however, able to be recovered, and we see that Vaughn has just lost all of it. He has conscript squad and the penal battalion on the field. Combat engineer squad getting replaced once again as he lost one. Sherman's moving up, taking some shots on the sides there, getting the command tank a little bit damaged. Second Sherman moving up. We do have a pack on behind it, moving up a little bit to provide support. Puma taking a bit of a beating there. Down it goes. Nice pickup there for Vaughn. Can he continue that? He needs to get the hell out of there as Panzer Grenadiers are equipped with Shreks, and they will quickly kill that Sherman. Combat engineers are nearby, but he needs to get all the way back to base and repair them. Keep those guys alive and try and hold himself in the game. We see another Puma replacement for Barton on the field, so, I mean, again, he is in good shape. Does have a decent amount of fuel income right now, but, you know, look at that. Vaughn has 32 versus the 20. I mean, he has expended his fuel now, so he needs to start focusing on the infantry factor, but it doesn't look like there's much left for him. And 181 versus 327. Combat engineers repairing. We see a second combat engineer squad for Vaughn repairing, well, being called in to help repair, I guess, the Shermans rather quickly. Penal battalion, veteran C3, flamethrower equipped. Quite a badass squad, but I mean, there's a lot in front of it, and look at this guy. 22 kills to that scout car. That scout car is just badass. And no 222 on it. It's just an MG on top. Shots flying in all directions. The command tank helping out against the infantry. 8 kills so far. Flamethrower going off on the scout car. The scout car takes a little bit of damage, but the penal battalion isn't really going to do too much against it unless it throws a satchel. And it doesn't. It dies. And I think that maybe Vaughn just throwing in the towel. No, he got... Yeah. I'm busy. Yeah, I guess he... Yeah, obviously he was distracted in something else and he lost his squad unnecessarily. And yeah, I don't think there's much else left in the game. Scout car pushes forward, trying to go for the kill there. Panzer Grenadiers holding the line against the Shermans rather effectively. Command tank back there. The point is decapped so nobody's bleeding. The heavy machine gun does get recovered. The command tank may be able to take it down very quickly. Oh, down it goes, and down goes the weapon itself. Puma, pack, and command tank taking some shots at the Sherman. Sherman backing off, turning itself around, facing the rear to its enemy. Never what you want to do, unless you are presenting. And it looks like that may have been it, because Vaughn throws in the towel. So very nice play by both. I liked. I mean, like I said, for Vaughn, I think maybe one of the bigger things was him not getting those medics, and may have cost him early on, because it could have potentially saved him a lot of manpower throughout the game to be able to field more Shermans like he needed to, and potentially overwhelm. But both players, outstanding. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.